people.
Why do you think they want to express themselves more?
Just because of how, like, I guess chaotic the mask kind of is. It just seems like it, I don't know, it's very expressive.
Why do you, chaotic? Wow, where do you get the word chaotic?
I think like there's like a lot going on. Like there's a piano, a cloud. I think it's cool.
Life be like that, right, D'Angeli? There's a lot going on. So let me take notes. Anyone else for points, share out loud. I'm going to take notes for you in the chat. So this person wants to leave behind the chaos of life. Is that what you guys said? What do they want? What do you think their promise is? They want to express themselves more. Like what? How do they want to express themselves more? I see the leaves. I think they want to grow. You know, and I see all these black swirls, right? Metaphors don't need to be like so literal. They could be like lines and colors. Those can be metaphors. Using certain shapes could be metaphors. They want to be more true to themselves. Why do you say that, Samia? They want to be more true to themselves. Do you guys see a split face happening? A left and a right?
You know what? I see it now, miss. Like one side is very how do you say it? I guess turbulent, and the other side is more peaceful.
Mm-hmm. So maybe their promise is something to do with like leaving behind turbulence and striving for peace. What do you guys think? Checking out what some of you guys wrote. Antonio wrote, okay, so like two sides, viewing the worlds in different ways, acknowledging both sides. Ooh, Antonio, Alvaro, why do you think the ribbons represent a good thing in life, a symbol of a good moment in their life? Why do you think that? Trauma has built them. Powerful. What is it about the ribbons that represents joy and goodness? Did Alvaro leave? A bunch of thoughts of what they think, right? So this could be like positive thoughts versus negative thoughts on the top. Okay, wanting to be more true to themselves with music. Let's see what Brian said. The fire means that they are impatient. Oh, so maybe they want to be more patient.
Maybe their escape is music.
Or their truth is music. Like it doesn't need to be an escape. It's like, well, maybe that's when they feel the most like themselves. What do you think, Samia?
Well, in my experience, I think like sometimes for me, music helps me escape from my reality. I'm just like in my own world when I'm listening to music that I relate to.
It's interesting, Samia. Are you seeing yourself in this artist's mask?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Are you getting ideas for your promise by looking in this mask?
Yeah, I can, put that maybe listening to music can be a way how I can just like, find my peace and try to calm myself down when I'm anxious or sad or feeling depressed.
So do you think you could add that to your mask somehow? Get inspired by this artist?
Yeah, I mean, I can put a music note, and on the crack side where it's positive, I can put like a music note or something.
So guys, we look at each other's art to get inspired. We look at each other's seesaw to get inspired. So Alvaro says the color and how there is shape. Just a reminder, guys, color and shape can be a metaphor too, like pattern. Certain things can be metaphors, could represent something having to do with your promise. So real quickly, synthesize that discussion. Oh, not many of you are on Nearpod. Show us, number one, 2 questions. What do you think their promise is based on our discussion? What do you think their sophomore promise is? And then how does this inspire you? take a second. What do you think their promise is? And then
My earphone is not working. I'm not home, and like the internet's like really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys, you can see the screen though, right? You can see me moving my cursor, Samia?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Okay, well, you could participate in the chat when you can. I wrote exempt. Thank you for communicating with me. So guys, go ahead. Samia, why don't you tell me out loud, what do you think their promise is? I can give you points that way. What do you think their promise is? What is she promising herself? What is she leaving behind? What are the good behaviors she's striving for? What do you think?
Maybe focus on the positive side.
Okay, good. Twinkles for Samia. Twinkles in the chat. Other ideas. What do you think her promise is? Put it in Nearpod. And then how does this inspire you? So Samia already answered that. How does this inspire you? Can you still add little details to your mask? Can you still like glue on a jewel? Yes, you can. We are doing a slide workday today. Okay, so put those right on Nearpod. What do you think her promise is? And how does this inspire you? And then we can wrap up this activity and move forward. So many absent people. Thank you for being here on time, guys. Thank you for participating within this weird, weird distance learning world. Ooh, people are absent. What is happening? Peaceful Robles is missing. Okay, so here we go. D'Angeli says, I think the mask is how she feels. One side is her negativity and the other is her peace. Her promise may be to love herself. Ooh, why do you say that?
It could be like her mask is representing her like just being in peace with herself, because some people just don't like their negativity and they can't be okay with being sad sometimes. But that's pretty normal. So I think it's just her trying to love herself.
So like accepting the fact that we are sad sometimes and being,
Yeah.
ooh, I love that. Okay, cool. Twinkles to D'Angeli. Drop those twinkles in. Stephanie says maybe her promise is to stop hiding her true self and to not be a bystander. Points for Stephanie. Make sure you guys answer both parts of the question. Like, how does this inspire your mask? Because we look at other art to get inspired and know we're not alone. Kyla says to leave her past behind and show her true self. It can inspire you by thinking and adding things that relate to your promise. Kyla, more specifically, what are you going to add to your mask? More specifically. Like, what do you think, like, does...
Probably like more metaphors, but I don't know like what to add.
Well, what's your promise?
I gotta look at that. I gotta look at it. Okay.
Guys, you should know your promise by now. It should be like ingrained in your heart.
I know it said something about not to let other people bring me down. That's yeah.
So like me, like I bet you could have like things like going down, like a bunch of repeated lines, like weighing you down, a bunch of swirly lines. And the other side could be lines going up. So you have lines going down on one side, lines going up on another side, and you're lifting yourself up. You could do some of these ribbons too, no? Like you could get some of this ribbon thing going. What do you think? Like these swirly ribbons on the top. You could steal that idea. What do you think, Kyla? Because this is kind of like, you could put the strings on the top. That's you being free and open and not letting other people bring you down. What do you think?
Yeah.
So yeah, like having like the repetition of lines, like D'Angeli's totally right. A metaphor doesn't need to be so literal. Like you could have swirly lines, different colors. That could also be something that represents your promise. So every little detail matters. Guys, we are doing a slide workday today. Next week, you are presenting your slides. So if you look at next week, it says in class, practice presenting sophomore promise out loud. So pretend that your presentation is on the 25th. So I want you to circle your practice presentation. When is your practice presentation? Next week. So D'Angeli circled the final presentation. Notice that you guys are presenting on a Wednesday. There is no async day. But now I want you to circle, when is your practice presentation? You are going to present your slides to the class next week on Tuesday out loud. Please circle, when is your practice presentation? Go ahead and circle that. So circle, when is your practice presentation? You can go today for extra credit. Samaya was gonna go. So circle, when is
I can say my promise.
I know, but we wanna like present the slides. That's the thing. Say your promise right now. Sure, I'll give you points for that, but we gotta practice presenting our slides. You want to say your promise out loud? So everyone circle your practice presentation. It'll be next week on the 25th. You want to say your promise out loud, Samia?
Sure, I can.
Go ahead.
Okay, my promise is to learn how to love myself and accept my insecurities. And, you know, like I said before, I am not allowing any type of toxic people into my life. They could just do a 360 and, you know, exit my life, because, you know, I want to start loving myself for the way I am. And also that, you know, I shouldn't care that what other people think about my features, because this ain't Build-A-Bear, you know. It can't be, oh, she needs to have brown eyes or blue eyes. You know, I'm myself, and if you can't accept them, then I feel sorry for you, because it's your loss.
This ain't Build-A-Bear, she said. That's great. That's awesome. Get those toxic people out of your life. Love yourself. Can we give her some twinkles? What a badass promise. Oops, I just said badass. Again, circle your practice promise. Okay, so we are presenting next week on the 25th. Send the link to everyone with the promise. I need to do it. Also, I know you and I, Angel, are on the same page. We are now going to have 10 minutes of slide work time. That's kind of like what we're doing today. That's where we're going. It's a slide work day, and then I will do a one-on-one check-in. I should see everyone working on their slides. And you could see right now, like I'm also like working on your fire right for next week, right? So your fire right is going to be like, you're basically going to talk about your slides, right? So here we go. So this will help you like know what you're going to say. Actually, it won't let me paste it in the chat. But you're going to be like, good morning, my name is da-da-da-da. During this unit, I learned that humans make mistakes, da-da-da-da. You talk about some things you learned, blah, blah, blah. I began to understand the combative, like some negative human behaviors are and some positive human behaviors are. Being an upstander. As we completed our identity box, I began to understand that, what did you learn about yourself? What did you begin to see? In order to create a better tomorrow for myself and the world, I promise to, so you say your promise. My final mask shows my promise because, and you explain how your final mask shows your promise. Right? So if you write this out, you should be ready to go. You should be ready to present your slides. So does anyone have questions about that? I'm going to share this in a second. I was just finishing it up for you. Each presentation should be no more than 3 minutes long. Yeah, no, we are doing a rehearsal next week, Kyla. I am going to grade it like it's the final. You feel me? So we're doing an in-class rehearsal next week. You feel me, Kyla? If you look
Yeah,
at,
I feel you.
yeah, it's because it's like, then we do a practice. Okay, so slides, finish your slides. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 minutes of work time. I'm gonna play some songs. I should see you all jumping on here. Right, now just some of you, all of you, and we're gonna like present right off of here. Right, so there's D'Angeli, she's on there already. So she's got to put her color draft. So if you need to find yourself, hit Control F. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to open up the end collaboration board. And if you're realizing something that you're missing based on this class, you could write it on Nearpod right now. I know a lot of people don't do their color draft. It happens all the time. I've been telling you guys all year, like people skip the planning. So I'm not surprised. Don't feel bad about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if your color draft is missing, I'm going to make you a little note. And I'm going to tell you to paste it in. And you could go back. You can go back in reverse and do your color draft. You could still go back in reverse and do your color draft. And remember, delete all this gook. Like you can delete lesson 7. We did the color draft during lesson 7. Ooh, look, Jocelyn's in here in period 5. She's working on her slides during period 6. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so here we go. So points for everyone who's on here, right? So I made a little note, D'Angeli, she's gonna put her color draft there. You could go back, check it. You could go back. Look, there's an example of a color draft here. Right? You could go back and you could do your color draft. And that might help you with your presentation. Like for realsies. You can add slides, yes. You make the slides your own. You can add slides, make the slides your own. Okay, so I'm going to paste this one more time because not everyone's on here, and then I'm going to start our 10 minutes of work time, and I will give you academic prep points if you make edits now. But here's my question. Do you all know how to put pictures of your mask on here? No. Okay, so here we go. How do I take a screenshot on a Chromebook? So control show windows. So let's check out a video. Okay, you take a screenshot from your Seesaw. Here we go. Here is a video of how to do that. So let's just copy the link. Here we go. Okay, so this is how you take a screenshot, and I will hyperlink that on your Fire, right? Yes, practice saving a presentation. I'll click on the slides here. You use Control F name. Make sure you delete all examples. Put in a screenshot of your mask into your slides. Screenshot. Dun dun. Okay, so let's just watch this as a class. Make sure we all know how to do a screenshot. Control screen. Yeah. Control screen. You see that little fancy button right there with all the little boxes? Control screen, it does a screenshot. Okay? Oh my God, what is wrong with this person's hands? I get it, they're a werewolf. But control screen, you got it? Okay, so that's how you do a screenshot. Now, guys, you could like Google anything and there's a video for it. How do you put a screenshot in Google Slides on a Chromebook? There you go. See, people have made a video for it.
To a Google Doc. So on a Chromebook, there's this little key. It's called the window switcher key. There's actually a couple different ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you both. So if you want to take a screenshot of your entire screen, you click Control on the little window switcher key, which looks like a rectangle with 2 bars to the right. So I'm going to hit Control on my window switcher key, and that actually takes a screenshot of the entire screen. So down on the bottom right here, you'll see a screenshot taken, click to view, copy to clipboard. If I copy to clipboard,
Okay, you guys got that? You click copy to clipboard. So you see, like when it says screenshot taken, then you have to click copy to clipboard, and then you can right click and paste it into your slides. See?
You copy to clipboard. If I copy to clipboard, that copies it for me. I'm going to go back into Google Docs and paste it into Google Docs, and that will actually paste that picture, that entire screenshot, into your Google document. But say you just want a piece of that screen, you don't want the whole screen. So then you're going to do Control Shift and your window switcher key. Do that, and you can actually highlight just that part. Put a box around the part that you want to snip. Again, your screenshot taken, click to view, copy to clipboard comes up. I'm going to copy that to clipboard. It copies it for me. And then I'm going to go back to my Google Doc and paste just that portion into my Google Doc.
Okay, are we good? So that's how you do that. I mean, what a great, valuable skill. You're going to use this for the rest of your college life. So learn how to do it. So these are good to present for your in-class presentation. Put a screenshot of your mask into your slides, your Google Slides, see video for tech support. So that will be hyperlinked right there. On how how to paste screenshots of art into Google Slides. So if your work is in Seesaw, you should be good. Okay, so let's see who's editing their slides. Oh, file. I want to see more people in here editing their slides. I'm going to start 10 minutes right now. Siri, start my timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
So you have 10 minutes of work time right now. If I click version history, see version history. So far, the only people who would get points who are editing are D'Angeli, Brian, Stephanie. Samaya and Stephanie was editing on Wednesday along with Angel and Alexis. Ooh, those aren't good numbers, guys. Edit your slides. The link is in the chat. Find your name by hitting Control F. Let me know if you need help finding your name. Okay? All right, guys. So let's listen to a couple of songs and work on our slides. I'm going to give you some reminders of putting your colored draft in. Remember, you delete my examples. Okay, here we go. Okay, so 10 minutes starts now. I see D'Angeli in here. So yeah, identity boxes should go in. So let's put our color drafts in. Color drafts are going to help you to know what you're going to say. You can look at your promise, read your promise over. So you can delete all this extra stuff. So Alvaro, points for Alvaro for being on his slide. Also, thinking maps. You delete my example thinking maps and you put your own in there. You could talk about how you arrived at your promise. Put your color drafts in, guys. Oh, good, look. So Stephanie, I think this is yours. You can delete all this extra stuff, right, Steph? And we can make this a little bigger, clean this up. These are just the instructions. You guys delete this. So you can make it bigger now, right? And then she's got one promise in there. You guys can make it your own. Like D'Angeli said, you know, switch it up. Nice, I see Brian in there. So you delete the examples. Oh, missing a color draft, missing a color draft. Nice. So this is a mask. You're actually gonna wanna put your mask after your promise. You wanna put your color draft in there. So delete all that garbly-gook. Take ownership of your slides. Put your identity boxes in. If they're digital or 3D, put them in. And it's okay if you're behind on your slides. Just catch up. Let's close the year. Let's have a good year. Okay, going through. Yeah, no one has their color draft in. So D'Angeli, you're not on your own. And you can do your color draft backwards, like after the fact. Okay, what about masks? You should put your mask, your final mask after your promise. You should take a picture from the front and the back. Okay? So put your final mask in after your promise. So you would paste it there. Take multiple photos. And you could put one in now and then add details and put the final one in. It will be nice to see multiple pictures. Make sure you're editing. Make sure, check, make sure, is that your promise or is that the example promise? Oh yeah, D'Angeli, you could put the picture of the back too. Yeah. You can do as many slides as you want, as many angles as you want. Yeah, I'm just saying like a minimum of 2. So you want to put your mask after your promise. Looks like, yeah.
For the identity box, I didn't do it, so instead I just posted the pictures for it. I don't know if it looks fine.
Let me search for yours. Control F. Wait, oops. I'm in the wrong thing. One sec. What? Do not miss. Okay, Control F. So yeah, some people could do the digital identity box and that's fine. Yeah, you may want to delete like this template is for the digital identity box and instead write my identity box. You could write whatever you want, discovering myself. Okay, cool, Samia?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people did that. Okay, that's great. Anyone else have questions? Yes, D'Angeli, you could put a photo of the back. I'm just saying a minimum of 2, front and side. Okay, I see people are working on putting their draft in. Good. Okay, but yeah, we want to make sure we have a picture of the mask in. And everything is good in the hood. Few more minutes. Yeah, a lot of people didn't put their maps in either. You can go back and do the maps, right? You could go back and do this assignment. Like, what are the positive, like this is negative versus positive, right? Like, what are the negative things about your life that you want to leave behind? What are the positive things that you're aiming for? You could go back and do that. And then make it your own, like edit the slides, make it your own, make it happy. Really take ownership of your slides. And the presentation is like 3 minutes long, 3 minutes long. So you want to plan what you're saying, you want to practice. And again, we are presenting on Tuesday. A lot of people missing their work. A lot of people missing their work. A lot of people missing their work. Nice. Okay, I see some of you in here making changes. Great. I'm about to give points for everyone who's editing. I'll give points for everyone who asks questions. Vanessa, I don't see you on your slides. Are you there? Juan, I don't see you on your slide. Are you there? The assignment is to make changes. We're making changes to our slides. Does anyone need help deleting something? Like you just select it and you click delete. All right, I don't know why so many of you are not on here. I don't think I have any thinking maps. Like you never did them, Brian? You could go back and do them. Check it. Let's say you need to add on to your thinking maps. Go back, hit up the rubric, right? Mask rubric, Google Docs. How can I do that, miss? Go back and do the thinking maps. Go back and click the rubric and you have a bunch of videos. Like let's say you want to like still do the acrylic draft, the color draft. You could do a painted version of your mask. Click right there. You got Miss Hibbler's video. But Brian, look, the circle maps are right here, cause and effect. You could go ahead, you could brainstorm, you could go back and do your maps. Okay, Samaya, thank you for participating. You know you got to do your slides, right? You got to like put your mask in your slides. You got me? So this happens every year. People go back and they do missing work for their presentation. That is fine. Fine, fine. Does anyone have questions about the presentation before I give final points for editing your slides for classwork? Dun, dun, dun. When facing my history, I noticed that in order to create a better tomorrow of myself in the world, I promise to. My final mask shows my promise because, first of all, and you only need to talk about 3 metaphors. But if you want to talk about more, that's fine. It's just you got to practice it out loud and make sure it doesn't go over 4. So I will go ahead and I will share this with you guys as soon as class is out. And you could work on talking about what you're going to say. So over the weekend, you should plan on what you're going to say. Thank you. All right, guys, that was 10 minutes. Does anyone want to be in a breakout room with someone? Okay, so make sure you have, as we're going into breakout rooms, make sure you let me know where you are with your slides. Maybe you're identifying next steps by going to the rubric. So let me know on Nearpod what your next steps are. Like, where are you going? Where are you going next? What do you have missing? And if I'm not hearing from you, I'm going to go to your room first. If you look in this week's deck, if you need anything, the deck that I just posted, you have so many resources. As a reminder, we are focusing on adding more add-ons to our mask and painting more value. That was what we did for async time, and we were supposed to work on our slides. As a reminder, that's where we are. We're also putting feedback on each other's slides. Right, so go ahead, put those next steps on, Nearpod. Okay, as a reminder, you could go back and use the rubric, these hyperlinks, to do old work, and you have all sorts of ideas for mask and painting demos if you want to add more to your mask as we're finalizing our slides. And then the thinking maps, Brian, are at the end too of the deck, just so you know. But you got the rubric. You basically have everything in here that you need. D'Angeli says her next steps are to do her color draft, finish her mask, and figure out what she's going to say. And again, we will use next week's Fire Right, which I will post at the very end of class to go ahead and plan what we're going to say. Should you practice saying your presentation out loud? Can you write in the chat? Should you practice on saying your presentation out loud? During the breakout rooms, you should be working on your slides. Like, I should see you editing your slides. Right now, the folks who are getting points for editing their slides are, let's see, who's on here? Only 8 people are on here. Right? So you should be continuing to edit your slides. So D'Angeli is editing her slides. Currently, Brian Cortez is editing his slides currently. Stephanie Carrill is editing her slides. Shirley is editing her slides. Antonio is editing his slides. Right, and you can see Samia was editing her slides yesterday, which is great. Angel was editing his slides yesterday. But you should be editing your slides now, guys. It's a process. Jose worked on his slides last time on Monday, but you should keep adding on. You should keep adding on. All right? And hopefully everyone went ahead and they did, they used Seesaw and they posted the latest version of their mask to Seesaw. So we could see all this new work coming in. Oh, this is cool, D'Angeli. What is this? Nice. Okay, Alexis, points to Alexis for updating his mask. Way to go, Alexis. Shirley is adding, wow, Shirley. Guys, look at Shirley's mask. That's crazy cool. Rafa's still adding more add-ons, it looks like. Shout out to Rafa. Cesar's adding more add-ons. Keep working, Cesar. Adding more add-ons. Look at Stephanie's. Ooh. Oh, that's for your slides? Super cool. You're going to take a photo. So Stephanie has cool edits in there. And look at all these cute posts that Miss Hibbler left for you. Aw, Miss Hibbler like left you guys like 50 million posts. She's so proud of you guys. Look at that. America working on her mask. Shirley, love where you're going with this. Shirley, every time you get points, every time you post, like progress. Ooh, whoa. What is that symbol, Vanessa? That's crazy. Ooh, she's got fake lashes on it. Her mask has fake lashes. That's so cool. So again, we're showing the process. Ooh, nice. I like the different values, Stephanie. Looking good, guys. Kirill. Ooh, look at Angel's progress on his mask. Way to go, Angel. Getting that mask in. Nice, killing it. We can see Shirley putting in the pencil work. And then Samaya's comments. I know, the texture. Start on your mask. Okay, so write all those next steps. So in breakout rooms, make sure you answer me. Does anyone want to be in a breakout room with anyone as we work on our slides? And did anyone else get on their slides? Let's see. Let me see the current version history. See if anyone else jumped on there. View version history. Who's editing their slides? Oh, now Angel's editing his slides. Nice, Angel. Angel jumped on there. You just got the newspaper yesterday? Okay, that's good. Hi, Juan. What's going on, Juan Sevilla? We're putting in where we need to go with our mask on Nearpod, and I just saw you haven't posted to Seesaw or edited your slides since Monday, Juan. So there's all the stuff you need, Juan. Okay, no one wants to be in a breakout room with anyone? Okay, I'm seeing who's working on their slides. Okay, so I'm going to put you in breakout rooms and I'm going to check in with you. Okay, and then as we go, continue to write next steps on Nearpod as we determine next steps in breakout rooms. Okay.